Hello and welcome to Penn Tarot. Thanks for clicking on the video and joining me today. We're going to be asking the cards for a message. I like the flow of that. I like the trusting the cards to give us the message we need to hear rather than trying to direct the cards. So with that, let's begin. Aries through to Pisces. Aries, on this beautiful Saturday morning, we're asking the cards what messages they have for you. For our Aries collective today, what message is coming out for our Aries collective? Little sentimental today, Aries. In the Cups energy, I was going to take a shadow, but then I thought, well, we'll just look at it at the bottom of the deck. It's showing a little bit of a closed off energy to a bit of a defensive, challenging energy. You are feeling a little sentimental here with your energy being in the Six of Cups. And then strong Pisces with the High Priestess. So it seems like you are tapping into your intuitive self. I see a lot of attention to self. I see you thinking of the past. Maybe it's reminding you of how you used to be and who you've become, and how much you have invested in yourself and how much more you still want to invest in yourself. And that being said, there is an energy around you that's challenging you, that you are perhaps withdrawing from, seeking a little quiet time, and restoring a little bit of your own self here, trusting your intuition. I would say if you are planning on spending some time alone, then do it. Choose it wisely. Don't go too much into heavy overthinking. Be mindful of that, because you are in control of where your mind goes. And I see a very strong sense of self in this reading. There's a lot of care and compassion for others, especially that you have a long history with, but there's somebody that is pushing on your last nerve, say, and withdrawing from them, taking some time, replenishing self is important, and trusting your instinct, trusting that gut instinct is very important today. Giving back to self and not taking on everybody else's drama. It's good advice for any day, but definitely today there's action in looking after self. So if you have plans to do something nice for yourself, There's definitely a green light for that, and especially some alone time, some reflective time. And that is the reading, the message I have for you today, Aries. There's strong Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There's Taurus, all the signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Strong Leo and strong Libra. Oh, sorry, not Libra, Gemini. And I'll leave it at that. Strong Pisces. And we're moving on to Taurus. Taurus, on this beautiful Saturday morning, we're trusting the cards to give us the message we need to hear. What message do the cards have for our Taurus collective today? For our Taurus collective. What message do the cards have for Taurus? Happy home, happy life, contentment. Okay, and that being said, here's the Tower. The Tower has been something that has been coming up for me a lot lately, and I was considering doing a reading on the rebuilding. Okay. A lot of opportunity to rebuild. A lot of opportunity to learn from the past and painfully so, and pick up the pieces and rebuild. There's a lot of opportunity here to go from surviving to thriving. Sometimes the crumbling away of the, say, the poor workmanship, when something is put together and it's not been done properly, it's going to fall apart. There has been, or there is this discontentment with the current state of affairs, and that seems to be somebody that is not easy to please. This is somebody that it's appearing to me that is draining of every last resource to please them. Like nothing is good enough. The situation is a bit of a bottomless pit. And so you have to focus on yourself and the rebuilding of basically everything. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is able to provide for themselves and their loved ones, and also provide and show up at the workplace. the place of business, where you make your coin. The Queen of Pentacles is very much your earth energy. They this is somebody that is busy planning the rebuild after the fall. This is you in a very strategic and strong position after something that could very much have broken your momentum, broken your self-worth, drained you emotionally, physically, and financially. And your struggle is to overcome that circumstance and get your head in the game again. Get yourself back to your usually very strong sense of self. And usually that sense of self is very much placed in the pentacle worth. Like, how is my material surroundings situated? Where are they currently? Where is that level at? Is it a safe level or is it unsafe level? And so that is why you're busy in this Queen of Pentacles energy, reevaluating and planning how can you rebuild back to comfort level after this calamity, after this struggle. And the warning is to learn the lesson. The warning is take control of the situation while you still can. Don't be drawn back into it. Your self-management is very important right now. Your ability to see through the BS is very important now. Like, you really have to trust yourself, not be manipulated by others, because there's a tendency for this pattern to repeat itself if you don't start seeing the signs of the bottomless pit. This may also be that things just not going according to plan, like the way you envisioned them, and that's why you have to go back to the drawing board, back to the strategy, and work on the strategy. And it has to be first and foremost, the focus has to be on yourself and how you can thrive. Because once you thrive, the rest falls into place. But that is why you mastering this. You need to master the circumstances external to you, like the person that's draining you. That is something you have to recognize before they completely bleed you dry. So work on self, work on your strategy needs to be with you as the main focus. Because once you take care of yourself, the rest will fall into place. But for as long as you are allowing everything to be drained for a bottomless pit here, this project or person that is taking a lot of your resources, then you're going to be your planning is not going to work in your favor. A little bit of a difficult message there, Taurus, but you need to be reminded to look after yourself. And then our energies there were Aquarius, Leo, your own energy there, Queen of Pentacles, and we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we have strong Scorpio. And that is the message for you, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, what messages do the cards have for you on this beautiful Saturday morning? We're just simply asking the cards, undirected, to let us know what we need to know. So, what messages do the cards have for our Gemini collective today? Okay, well that has just come out with Taurus. So we'll keep it there. But we'll take this Queen of Wands as our significant energy. The Knight of Wands. Okay, this is very similar to our Taurus reading, because we do have the Seven of Swords and the Tower. But you know, as I always say, if that's what wants to come out, that's what wants to come out. Let's have a look here. I did have breakfast. Okay, Gemini. The Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Somebody coming in fast and furiously. I do sense this is somebody you have dealt with before, because all the cards are pointing towards past actions and repercussions. Like, there seems to be a history here that has not always been the most healthy of histories. And we've got Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and we've got Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. And then we have some fire energy here with the Wands, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. And then we have Scorpio with the Tower. So you may very well be dealing with a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius right here. However, it's just a very pushy, fast-moving energy. This is somebody that really has something to do and say, and they're kind of uninhibited about that, and it comes across as pushy. When they come in, this leaves you quite reflective, looking back on your circle, who you allow in, what repercussions that has had, and it's leaving you in quite, how should I say, maybe a little resentful. This might be somebody that is quite immature and they're disruptive and they're very inconsiderate to how that has a negative effect on you. And so it's taking you from a confident, sort of content energy to now a little bit stuck in the past, stuck in thoughts, and that's not exactly how you plan for your Saturday to go, your weekend. It's not really leaving you feeling, say, as spontaneous and lively as you were earlier before this encounter. You kind of have the same advice as Taurus, is that, you know, you have to look at how this pattern of behavior has left you in the past, and then start learning how to disengage and disconnect from this particular person or situation that alters your sense of well-being. Because when you have the encounters with them, they take you to a place that you're not happy in. It's like a dark reflective. It's like going through all those lessons again, reliving all that. It leaves you sort of moody and melancholy. You know, trapped in the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and then nothing really to come out of it. Just a little bit of stuck in the past energy, and there's no real joy in the interaction. It's just one that's depleting. It sets you back, takes you to a place that is uncomfortable for you now. And when you have that interaction, or you hear about them, you need to learn how to disengage, or to cut off that power that they have over you, because it seems like you can't cut them out completely. So you have to learn how to cut them off mentally. Right, as I said, Capricorn, Scorpio, some Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and then we have Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, and then we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And that is the message I have for you. there is somebody that pops in and out of your life that you don't really have that control over. It seems like they can just come and go as they please. Whether you hear about them or whether you see them, or whether they contact you, it happens, and then you need to learn how to disengage so that you don't keep going to that negative headspace after the interaction. That is the message I have for you, Gemini. Cancer. What message do the cards have for you on this beautiful Saturday morning? Message the cards have for our Cancer collective on this beautiful Saturday morning. Okay, that's rather fitting. Water energy for our Cancer collective. Okay, more cups. And so we're looking at Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And some Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Cancer, 2 major arcana in your 4-card spread. You know, there's this situation that has played itself out the way it has, and it seems that you are very understanding, very much aware of how and why it has gone the way it has, but you're struggling to actually close it off. Like, it might appear that everything is okay, but deep inside there is still a connection to the past and to the situation that's played out that you can't quite let go of yet. It's not necessarily unhealthy. It might have actually just all come to say closing off recently. This is something that has not been this is not the way you wanted it to go, and so it's challenging to actually move away and move on from it. So what I'm seeing for you is that you're just going to sit there for a little while and you're going to pretend that, you're unbothered by it, but inside you're still trying to work it out. And this is it's cutting deep. So what I'm seeing here is that you're actually not letting on how much you're really hurting. And this is certainly something that you didn't want to end. Something that you've had to accept. I also see this as how you do understand why and how you got to this position, and that it is something that really is out of your control and over. So You have all the understanding about it, but the heart is hurting, and all I can say is that trust the process. This seems to be something you do actually need to go through on your own. This is something that, okay, you may have very few close people around you, but unfortunately, nobody is really that much comfort. It doesn't. You're actually happier to be alone in this. You are trying to work your way out of it. It's just taking time. And I think what this is just, if this is your story, it's just confirmation that it is a process. And that you're doing well in it. It's as long as don't allow it to become like too stuck, but I don't see you doing that. I see you being on the right track, and you just need to be told that it's okay. It's okay to have that like lingering emotions that are sitting with you. It's okay to grieve. There is an allocated time for grieving. It's not something you're just going to step away from. So in time, you will start again. You will heal. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of victories showing up, but in the right time. This is something you are learning from, and you're going to go forward having learned through the struggle. And you know that. That was obviously the Cups energy, the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio, and then strong Cups energy and strong Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces energy here. And that is the message I have for you, Cancer. We are on to Leo. Leo, on this beautiful Saturday morning, what messages do the cards have for you today? For our Leo collective. We're just allowing the cards to direct the message. What we need to hear. Okay, we had the High Priestess shoot out. We have reoccurring themes again. Okay, we got reoccurring themes again. I am clearing the energy, but if the cards want to come out, the cards want to come out. There's nothing I can control about that. And as I said, each story is different. I have been feeling a lot about rebuilding lately. The Tower was a recurring theme for me. I actually made a thumbnail for that whole theme, and then when I was ready to read, I was just like, don't direct the cards, just allow the cards to give a message. So I think I may have meant to go with the whole rebuilding theme. Leo, you are trusting your intuition. The High Priestess here. A lot of swords energy, a lot of chaotic energy. I'm not gonna lie. This Knight of Swords external influence is somebody that you know you need to bring a close to with the Ten of Swords. This is somebody that does not serve your peace of mind at the end of the day. It's somebody that is you needing to distance yourself from and disconnect from. That is also another, it's a reoccurring theme today, is disconnecting from the people who push buttons. Came up in the reading, the last reading for somebody, I can't remember now, and today it is showing up a lot. And as I said earlier in the reading, like sometimes there's people that we can't get away from. This is, I think this is similar to the Gemini and Taurus reading. You can't get away from some people. They're either in your circle or they find their way back to you all the time. And this person is not the most stable energy. They knock you off your balance. Like you pick up the pieces, they come back in, and then they disrupt you again. And like they follow their own self-importance. Like they just come and go as they please. And now you're getting to a point where you completely understand how that old cycle needs to come to an ending. Like the way it affects you is no longer acceptable to you. And being in your High Priestess, you understand that completely. It's the way you carry it out now. It's how do you disengage? To me, it seems like you want to completely cut ties. Like it's over, and you're looking at how you can move forward without this person in your life. And what I see here is that once you make that decision, it's going to be easier to live with it. It's like right now, it could be feeling very cutting. You could be thinking, like, how do I do this? Or once I do it, then it's done. But I do see you successfully disengaging from the problem. So once you decide, it will be easier to, it might even just be a case of the relief you feel when you don't have to deal with the situation is confirmation enough. But it's something you really are aware that you have to do. So we're seeing, as I said, there is Scorpio, there's Cancer and Pisces, strong Scorpio, strong Pisces. And then we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And that is the message I have for you, Leo. Once you disengage, it's going to be less, say, emotionally draining. And with that being said, we are moving on to Virgo. Virgo, what messages do the cards have for you today on this beautiful Saturday morning. What messages do cards have for you? Our Virgo collective. Ace of Swords. I'm going to take another one, because that one just kind of like landed on my hand. And let's see where this energy is coming from. Nine to the 10. 9 to the 10 of Wands. So, you're reaching a turning point. There's quite a lot of cards that came out there. Yeah, definitely reaching a turning point here. After the struggle, like after all is said and done, and the lesson and the pain, the closing of the cycle, the taking action, and the picking up the pieces. So very much a painful situation that you were facing. So it's like two 8s, two 9s. This did want to jump out earlier, and then obviously there's a lot of continuation. 8 of Swords to the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Wands to the 9 of Wands. Our dominant energy here is fire and air. This is really about a cycle that's closed for you, that something ended, but then now you're at that point where that stage of your life is coming to a close, but you haven't actually reached that final stage of it yet. You're still very much experiencing the lesson. The understanding has been reached. The action has all taken place. You're in a very single energy. You're feeling very much alone. It's like the height of the experience before the actual closing of that door. Which is very challenging for you right now. You're trying to see how you can move on from this. You've closed yourself off, so you want to go through it alone. Like, if somebody is busy trying to contact you, you're not really wanting to hear from anybody. You don't want to know. It's like there's this strong energy of let me figure this out by myself. Like, leave me alone. I don't need anybody's help through this. It's like I'm going to deal with it the way I want to. I don't want to hear about your story or what you're going through. This is about me. And you know, you're grieving. You're grieving. And I see you wondering. I honestly see you wondering, like, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? There's the breakthroughs. There's the breakthrough after the stalemate. The 10 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands. Deep down inside, you know that this had to happen. Like, deep down inside, you have this understanding that things were not built on a solid foundation, or that things were never going to last forever, or something about that this ending was coming, and it's something you didn't really want to see, but you knew it. So you kind of took that knowledge and took that understanding and sort of stuffed it down until it all happened, and now that it's actually a reality, it hurts, but you're working your way out of it. The thing is, deep down inside, you do know that things are going to get better. It's just that you have to go through this process now. Look there, trust the process. The closure is coming. And it's a chance to build better. Just don't get too stuck in your head. Allow it to move on as it should. Allow these feelings to progress. Allow it its natural course, and the light is at the end of the tunnel before you even know it. And that is the message I have for you, Virgo. A lot of wands, a lot of air, a lot of fire and air here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer, and then right at the end we had Virgo energy in the 10 of Pentacles. And that is the message I have for you, Virgo. Slow but sure wins the race. You understand where you're at, you understand the pain. You are nearing the completion of this cycle. It's just right now, it's like, it's intense. It's intense. And it's painful, but you're moving through it. You're moving through it, and there's a reason why you had to go through this. And generally it is that we ignore the signs, and through the pain we learn the lesson, and then we reflect, why do we do that, and why do we keep doing the same things? And then after we stop blaming the other person and we do the self-reflection, we learn the lesson. Without the lesson, there's no self-reflection. Without self-reflection, there is no true joyful living experiences when we're not lying to ourselves anymore. And with that being said, we are moving on to Libra. Transformation. Libra. Today we're not putting any specifics on the cards. Once again, we're just going to ask the cards, what messages do they have for us on this beautiful Saturday morning? What messages do the cards have for us and that we need to hear at this point in our lives? What do we need to hear? I've been directed and just hearing. Messages for our Libra collective. Right. Messages for our Libra collective on this beautiful Saturday morning. Nice, strong, brilliant yellow pentacle. Let's see what this is. Oh, Ten of Swords. Okay. Closing of a cycle. We have been looking at rebuilding through this read because it has been a strong theme for me these last couple of days. Okay. This is very interesting. It's almost like you are saying to somebody, look what I have to offer. And they're like, can I fit you in my life here? How do you fit into my life? How will you match up to the people I run with, or the work I do, or how I do my dailies? And you're saying, no, look at, we're going to fit together just perfectly. In fact, like I top your world. I fit right there. I'm that pentacle that you're missing here. I'm the golden opportunity. So it's like you're selling yourself, you're presenting yourself, you're confident. I see you shedding the old. I see you very, very, very determined. Like, there's a strong sense of, I know what I want. And a strong sense of confidence about going after it. I do obviously see it as a person because of this like offering here, and then the Two of Cups in the end as the outcome. I see this strongly as you have a whole new beginning awaiting you, and then you see it, and then you just like, you sold on the idea. And I see it working out in your favor. I see it as very positive encounter. Like, you've got to trust your instinct on this. you see an opportunity and you act, and surprise, it's what you least expected, but there's no doubt. It's like, this is the way forward. This is where I feel so aligned. I get this whole idea of, this is me, this is my everything. You must accept it. And that brings about something brand new in you that you never saw before. And then it brings with it that total alignment with the connection. Like, this is that moment when you see your future flashing before your eyes, like That's the message I have for you, Libra. Let's have a look at this energy. A lot of earthy energy here. Taurus energy, Capricorn or Virgo. And then we have some swords energy, which we could say Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And then we have some Cancer energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's strong earth energies, strong wanting to grow, strong wanting to align, strong wanting to invest. And that is the message I have for you, Libra. And now we are moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. What message do the cards have for you today on this beautiful Saturday morning? What messages do the cards have for our Scorpio collective? We're just letting the cards tell us what we need to know without trying to direct too much. Okay, that's the Chariot that wanted to pop out there. So there's this building of momentum, this seeing a new opportunity. We're going to take this Six of Swords here. Sometimes it's not the way we think it's going to go. It's not the way we would have chosen to do, but it's the right way. Okay, Scorpio, you're also very much in the Pentacles energy here. A lot of Earth energy. A lot of working towards a goal. Things are very aligned for you at the moment. There is a lot of balance and harmony, and a lot of things are coming together, but every now and again it might not seem like it. So you might feel like a little bit on edge occasionally, but then when you do feel like that, if you're a bit snappy, remind yourself that it is coming together. Your plan is coming together. I do feel that it's kind of, you feel like you have to do something rather than your heart is in it and you want to do it. Like, there's no cups here. But because you have to do it, it's something you're going to pretty much be very much invest your whole self into doing it properly. It's, even though there's a little bit of resistance to it, you You're going to be easy to work with. You're going to be very hardworking and very busy, and a lot of repetition until you get it right. A lot of growth here. And in it, time to build your self-esteem, the way you see yourself, time out to not love yourself, but to speak wisely to yourself. Like, this isn't a time where you're going to try and be comforting yourself. This is a time when you're going to be like encouraging yourself, like, you can do this, you've got this. And you're going to see it in your actions too. You're going to see that what you do is working for you. That is going to be the breakthrough that like really helps you understand, you know what, I'm on the right track. Didn't feel like it at first. I felt a bit wobbly. My steps were shaky, but now I really feel like I can put my heart and soul into this and not look back. That aha moment that you've been waiting for. And in that, your confidence is building. In that, the way you speak and the way you manifest and the way you operate is going to shift. It's like the work has been done. All that work is now, it's like you can see the completion ahead. It's like, you know, I'm not there yet, but I feel so much more advanced than what I really gave myself credit for. Everything is very, very promising. As I say, there is that, maybe that initial struggle, but when you see the flow, then you're going to know. You're going to know that you're on track, and you're going to feel it with inside, and you're going to hear it the way you speak to yourself. Be very conscious about the way you speak to yourself, because I see you. That is a very strong place for building up your image, how you see yourself. It's how you speak to yourself, and you're doing it. What can I say? The Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, it's not quite yet there, but certainly is, it's that understanding and mastery of the task that you've reached, that you know now it's just a case of elbow grease and on that end goal, because the 9 and the 10 are imminent, and so the cycle starts again, but this time from a much stronger position. It's like all the pieces have come together, and there's always a new beginning after a closing of cycles. After the closing, there has to be a new beginning. Even in death, there is the renewal, but this time from a way better toolbox. You know what's required. You understand the process, and it's become just muscle memory. It's just done. You just do it perfectly. You've got the stamina, and you put your head down, and you've got this. So it's a very big transition for you. as I said, we have had this reoccurring theme of the rebuilding. So we have a lot of air energy here and a lot of earth energy. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Strong Aquarius, Libra. And then we have strong Virgo, Taurus, and then Capricorn. And then we have Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, strong Sagittarius, earth and air. That's the message I have for you. You're there. You're there, you know it, you've run the race, you've done all the work, and whatever started off a little was something that you're not feeling 100% is for you. The shift is coming, and the balance is coming, and the understanding is coming. All the pieces are coming together. Onto Sagittarius. Sagittarius, on this beautiful Saturday morning, what message do cards have for you? What message do cards have for our Sagittarius collective? Well, okay, the Four of Cups, that has been coming out today quite a lot. A little bit bored with the status quo, a little bit of stagnant energy. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords wanting to come out. Those two love to come out together, and it represents the fact that you are trapped by your own design. I'm a Sagittarius, I'm kind of lecturing myself here, and that, you know, we don't have to wait for somebody else to come and rescue us. It's like, we can do it ourselves. And with it being in reverse, I kind of feel that there's this sense of betrayal. As I say that, I pull out the Three of Swords. You know, there has, in the Sagittarius read lately, there has been a lot about a returning person that is not very healthy track record with you. And well, I can't help but see that you're very burdened by a situation where you want to have a stable and mature relationship. You have a lot of love to give, and there just doesn't seem to be any place to give it. And what I'm seeing here is, instead of waiting for the Knight of Swords to come in and rescue you, it's kind of like you're deciding to take that role for yourself, Sagittarius. This could be Aries energy as well. This could strongly be Aries energy. Could also indicate a new start. But I do see it as you, Sag, taking some responsibility in your life to change the status quo. To change what's no longer serving you into making decisions for what does serve you and that does give back to you. It's kind of like you are going to be your King of Cups energy yourself. It's the only cups there, and everything is pointing to you being that it's a single energy, I'm not going to lie, but you being everything that you want, that you be it for yourself. And also that along with that, it's very masculine energy, I must say. Along with that, you want to have some fun. You don't want to be stuck in this heavy energy with this heavy vibe and this bankrupt, scarcity environment. Like the next step is you stepping into your passion and creating a very strong, emotionally nurtured environment for yourself. That pillar of emotional strength, yourself. And not only that, you're not going to be stuck up about it, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And you're going to start making choices to spark that passion that is inside you, fan that little spark into a flame, blow some oxygen and throw on some fuel and have some fun again and do it for yourself. That's what I strongly get here, is that you're doing things for yourself rather than being stuck in heavy energy, taking it on from others, carrying the burdens. It's like a lighter energy that you want to produce, and you're going to get it. And that means being true to yourself. And when you make a decision, you got to be okay with, you know, everything comes with a cost, and so don't make half-hearted decisions and pay prices that you're not willing to pay anymore. Really look at it, decide, and then do it. Don't hesitate. Build yourself into that right frame of mind. It's coming. Step out of this feeling of being isolated and step into that independent. Don't have to be, doesn't have to come from an outside source. And that is the message I have for you this weekend. Go have some fun, even if it's on your own. But don't stay bogged down in other people's low vibes. We have strong Sagittarius, strong Aries. We have strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then we have strong Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And that is the message I have for our Sagittarius collective. And now we are on to Capricorn. Capricorn, what messages do the cards have for our Capricorn collective? Okay, it's kind of like a look after self. Looking for a new beginning. Looking to expand. Move away from what no longer serves you, Capricorn. That's what I'm seeing for you. What messages do cards have for our Capricorn collective on this beautiful Saturday morning. There's a nice Capricorn. There's the World. The closing of cycles, the starting of new. Strong arcana showing up. Hermit and Temperance. A lot of growth, a lot of personal growth. A lot of looking within, and Capricorn, seeing yourself as an opportunity. Okay, we've got the Six of Wands popped out. Things are going well for you. You might doubt it a bit sometimes. You might because of criticism from outside, from external people questioning you. But what I'm seeing for you here is that doesn't put you off. You're always willing to collaborate and grow and look for new opportunities. And Capricorn, you always have the long term in mind. There's a lot of introspection here. I see you as somebody that is, say, well recognized, somebody that is looked up to, somebody that is seen as having their shit together. There is a critical voice that is not necessarily going with the flow here. It's kind of like like a, what do you call it? Something in the wheel. They running your flow. But nonetheless, you're not seeing that as like worthy of disrupting the plan. Like, it might just be one isolated person and it's really in your way, but you're moving around it. You're finding a way around this obstacle. And you're discovering so much more about yourself and your ability. Like, I see somebody here that is not hung up on the small things anymore. I see somebody that understands the true, could I say, leadership role, the person in charge. Capricorn, you are somebody that likes to be in charge, and here you need to know you can do it. You're learning the lessons, you're going around the obstacles for the bigger picture, and that is this is leading you to doing things differently to what you perhaps have done in the past. I see true personal growth here. I see you coming to a realization. Like, as I said earlier, you are the golden pentacle. Like, you're really seeing your own value. You're seeing the way you operate, how you do things. It's almost like you've had a chance to see it from an outside perspective, and this is giving you a sense of achievement and personal growth, and something that you've recognized. You know, you're taking your role here. If that should make sense. I'm not going to repeat it, because that doesn't just make it make more sense. But we have Virgo energy, we have Capricorn energy, and then obviously Taurus. Then we have strong Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We have strong Leo energy, Leo, Sag, Aries. And then we've got strong Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energies here. And that's the message I have for you, Capricorn. And we are going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, on this beautiful Saturday morning, we're asking the cards for a message, undirected, and what we need to hear. What messages do the cards have for our Aquarius collective? What messages do the cards have for our Aquarius collective? Okay, I'm going to take out another one. Okay. I see you are struggling speaking your mind. There's this misunderstanding between you and somebody that you're very close to. You may not be speaking at all, or if you're speaking, it's not the terms that you would like to. There's a lot of heartache here. You might owe somebody an apology. I do feel like you owe somebody an apology over that. They need to apologize to you. And I do see that they're waiting to hear that apology. And like, the question is, are you going to step up to the plate and make right where you've done wrong? Or are you going to ignore it? Because there's no closure here. There's a need to actually get on the same page and have an understanding, but you are avoiding it. From what I see, this could be also, I mean, this could be roles reversed. But I'm strongly seeing this energy that you're actually avoiding somebody. You're avoiding the accountability, like you know what you need to do. And you can either make it right, or you can hide. Look, I do think that you're going to make this right, and it's not going to be easy. then is a breach of trust. But it's not going to happen right away. It's like there's this, certainly not going to be happening today or this weekend. It's like for now you want to pretend it's not happening, but there's going to come a time when you're going to have to take, there's going to be consequences, and then it's going to end up costing you more than what you realize the longer you wait. But definitely a discussion is needed. Like, there's definitely the need to talk, and then you can know the terms. Then you can know what you need to do to make right, because when there's no closure, it doesn't affect one person, it affects both parties. And you can actually be the one that takes the action, even if the response is reluctant or uninviting. At least you've done that important chat, you know. And that's what I see for you, an important chat that you need to take the initiative on. We have got air energy here. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But I see a lot of Libra and Gemini. Then we have Cups energy, Cancer and Pisces and Scorpio. And then we've got Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy, Gemini, Aries. And that's what I see for you, Aquarius, is the need to take the initiative in a difficult conversation. Moving on to Pisces. Pisces, on this beautiful Saturday morning, we're asking the cards what messages they have for you, undirected, and just allowing the cards to give a message that we need to hear. Messages for our Pisces collective. Got the Ten of Swords. Anything else come out there? Doesn't look like it. Ten of Swords. Knight of Wands at the bottom. The Sun. The Knight of Swords. And the Page of Cups. Pisces, what I'm seeing here is a situation that seemingly closed, that seemingly came to an end. There's this reawakening. This is somebody that is or was very close to you. You feel an attraction that isn't always the most healthiest. Like, this is somebody you see as like equal to you. You're on like a level playing field. You may not necessarily have long-term engagement or long-term plans, but it's somebody that kind of on and off, that comes and goes. And you thought this had come to a close and they're coming back. And they really want to spoil you. They really want to show you a good time, whatever that means. Like, they're going to extend an invite. And it may lead to something intimate. It could just be fun. I don't really see it as this is like a long-lasting engagement. This is something that, this is somebody that if you know them, it's like somebody that pops in and out of your life and you have fun and then they go again. But when they pop in, they really make a fuss and they spoil you and make you feel all warm and fuzzy. So it looks like fun. It's up to you whether you accept it or not. It's up to you whether you're single or not. But I see two single energies here that have a bit of a past that are catching up and having fun. I see Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I see Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And I see Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And that's the messages I have for the collective today. And I just want to say a very big thank you to you, if you're still here at the end, if you watched the outro, for your support and for watching and tuning in, because I like to know that the videos, that some people are watching the videos. And I'd like to think that there's a message that comes out that is needed, and needed to be shared and needed to be heard. And so I thank you for participating, and maybe later on I will do a weekend love read, just for something different. But I kind of like sticking to the idea of letting the messages come from the cards. Then the cards speak for themselves. And so with that, until next time, thank you for joining me today, and stay blessed.